Your boy Urban, I have returned from Third Party Nation report. I am back. So today I just want to talk about just like the recent deaths of sex workers in the industry, and pretty much they have been, killing themselves over overdose, getting caught up by suicide, killing themselves, getting into situations that put them in harm's way, and they kill themselves. So recently I've been seeing stories of, well, first let me start by this. They've been always paraded and saying sex sells. That's the biggest thing they always been saying, right? Sex sells, it's fine, sex sells. And they are setting people up. They are setting people up, guys. Like, you don't even know, like, y'all are selling bodies. Y'all are getting in the mix of bad people. Y'all are getting in the mix of things that wasn't even supposed to even be like this. Things happen to certain people of being young, being touched on, and going through different things that kind of push them into certain avenues and sex work and stuff like that. But it is not the answer. It's not the way. There's a lot of recently, and people that was in sex work have, pretty much lost their lives, or definitely went to depression and different things like that, because it's not a thing. It's not a thing that we were supposed to be doing. Even though they overparaded, like, a lot of these people are depressed and sad and spiritually damaged. So I'm just going to pretty much go over some things that we kind of overlook, right? So I'll jot this down. Sexuality and spirituality are like the highest form of communication. Is mixing physicality and spirituality as one. So the problem is, a lot of people that's engaging is trying to take the spirituality of sex out. And when you do that, it could be a dangerous thing. We can't just go and just, do A, B, and C with this person, that person. It's going to catch up to us. A lot of people brush it off because we in the era of, just a fast fix. Get yours, let me get mine. But that spiritual bonding, that connecting, people have soul ties. People have a lot of stuff, and people getting an entanglement with bad, like, let's be real, with bad people that's not spiritually cleansed and stuff like that. So that is doing damage. And imagine doing it to people that you don't know. One night stand. That's what I said. Like, at one point, you was like put on the spot for doing something like that, being on one night stand. Like, oh, back in the day, the girls would be like, oh, girl, you a hoe. What's wrong with you? You ain't gonna do that. Like, it was they look down upon, but now it's almost like it's paraded. It's paraded. So pretty much, done wrong, it could be spiritually damaged, and you can't, like I said before, you can't disconnect the spirituality from sex. You can't do that. We humans, and that's what happened. Like, we take on other spirits, we take on other people's identity, doing stuff like that. And people, let's be real, people just hooking up with people for one night or getting paid, doing favors, stuff like that. You gonna be like, it's the moral game, but it's that too. But it's like, you have it's also like soulless. They said, like, you become kind of like soulless. I've seen a video they were showing some people were just like, they kind of like out of it. Like, they just like, that is some dangerous stuff to be doing, guys. Also, I just wanted to say too, now, there's a lot of things going on with this. They always say, oh, I'm not even with the men doing it too. They say, oh, women could do what men do, and that's not true. I don't think men could do this too, because they be having their issues. But women that have a lot of sexual encounters, they can't cipher no more. They can't. It's like I said, it's hard for them to pair bond. It's hard for them to connect spiritually again. They become like I told you before, they become soulless. And also, they were saying that usually working off a woman that's supposed to be in her natural form, they can't. All right, like let's just break it like this. They say usually a guy can have sex with someone and do it off of instinct, right? They said women. They said usually women have to get drunk, right? Excuse me. Women usually have to get drunk, or something happened in her life that kind of put her in that way to just openly have sex with unknown, like people that they don't know, and I build a connection. They said that it's hard for a woman to do that. She either gotta get drunk. Have you noticed, like, they always get drunk, go to the club and stuff like that. They gotta get their head out of it, because they usually, now I heard people say to me before, like, well, no, I have a friend that just did it. She just hopped on this and that. Well, they said that's something wrong, because usually that's something wrong. I hate you using the word, 3 or 4 hoe or promiscuous, but that's part of that game, because she already lost her operating as a natural woman like that. So she's going to be. That's not normal. They said that's not normal. That's not a flex too. They said, well, I could do this and that. That's not a flex. You're being spiritually damaged and stuff like that. You can't even be in long-term relationships after that. Some of them don't even think about it at the time. They're like, oh, this is nah. You're gonna always be to the next thing. Always feeding the flesh. I know about feeding the flesh. It's never gonna be happy. It's about control. It's about having control and stuff like that. A lot of us do not. So pretty much, also I want to say, recent sex workers, I can say, the recent sex workers that died, like Jess Jane. She was a Playboy model, also adult porn star. And I'm bad with names, guys. I know y'all gonna clown me for this, but Tiana Fields, she was another one. She was found dead after making allegations about abuse. Rest in peace to her. Another one, Emily Wills, also, she was in a coma, according to TMZ. This is more the newer ones. Another one is Cajun Lynn Carter. If I mispronounced the name, I'm sorry. She suicide at the age of 36, and she was actually adult film star also. And another one, Sophie Leonard, I think it's like Leonard. She passed away at the age of 26. Some of these are young. These are young women that got caught up in this stuff. Like I said, these are people that are ending their lives of the trauma and everything they going through. This is a sad story, because we always like to brush it under the rug. But these people would go through this. This is not. It's a lot of women think they could get in and get out. Oh, I'm gonna get in and get a couple dollars. They get drugged. They get high. They get on all this stuff. I see some of them was actually on fentanyl. A lot of died on the fentanyl and all this stuff. This lifestyle is not it. I'm telling you.